Um, just previously we were speaking about bringing some West Coast
She's gonna
Flava
bring it.
Flav. I'm gonna bring the West Coast Flav right now by talking about. This is breaking news, actually. The state of California, just to catch you guys up, we've been in a serious drought for years now. And we are steadily, actually not steadily, rapidly running out of water. The state of California is in a massive water crisis. And just a few hours ago, the fearless leader of California, Governor Jerry Brown, he just issued a mandatory water restriction for the entire state and plans to reduce 25% of the state's total water supply. What happened was this year, a significant amount of California's water comes from the snow that we get up in the Sierra Nevada mountains and Lake Tahoe. But this year, instead of getting the usual 6 feet of snow needed to produce some water, we did not get anywhere near that amount. Usually there's about 5 feet up in the mountains still, and it's April, and people are able to go skiing, go spring skiing, go skiing in your t-shirt. There is no snow up in the mountains. And so the snowpack that we usually need was not there this year. So because of that, Jerry Brown is now issuing all these water restrictions. The problem with this, and I think that as a person from Northern California, we talk about this issue all the time. Us up in Northern California, we're bitter because a significant amount of our water, half of our water supply, goes to Southern California. For those of you who are not familiar with California's geography, Southern California is Los Angeles and Hollywood, and where all the movie stars live. And everyone surfs, and everyone has a great time and hangs
Macy,
loose.
you do know my relatives. I have some relatives who live in Southern California.
All right. For those of you who don't know, Josephine's family are in Southern California hanging out and hanging loose.
Wait, so it's not like it's just Northern California or Southern as well?
So the whole state is going to try to be regulated by these water restrictions. But the weird thing about the California water supply is this. Technically, Los Angeles, you probably know this, Josephine. Los Angeles and all of Southern California, San Diego, it is completely dry. It is technically supposed to be a desert. If you drive through Southern California and you look at the rolling Golden Hills, they're dry. It's a desert. It's like Arizona, there should be cactuses and cacti. Cacti.
That was so quick. She's like, cacti!
Yeah, there should be cacti. There should be tumbleweeds. But because half of our water supply goes to Southern California, you are able to see the green grasses of Beverly Hills and where all these celebrities live. While the Central Valley, where California grows all of the crops for a significant amount of the United States, we are a huge agricultural power, is completely dry. If you look at a map of the drought, you will see that the region in the deepest color red is the most affected, and that's where all of the crops are. And that's a problem. All the crops are dying, so we're losing a significant amount of money for that because we're not producing nearly as many crops as we used to in the past. And if we continue to use up all of our water, we're not going to be able to grow anything. All of California will be a desert, which is why I also go into there is now an initiative to split California into two separate states. The people proposing the bill would like for there to be a Northern California and a Southern California. Split the states in two. Northern California and Central Valley keep the water, and Southern California finds water elsewhere and sort of fends for themselves. So,
I mean,
from an East Coast perspective, what do you guys think of something like that?
so you're saying all the crops are in Northern California?
All of the crops are mostly in the Central Valley in Northern California. Okay. Which, to put that in perspective, San Francisco is kind of the dividing line between agriculture and then, Southern California and beaches and other stuff. Most of the crops grow above where San Francisco is. San Francisco is about 4 hours from Los Angeles. So that's kind of how far apart the regions are.
I mean, I can understand why they're making an attempt to want to separate the states into two, considering, after all, at the end of the day, crops are important, And so with the drought, like you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, everyone's gonna suffer in general without, with like the lack of water, but you gotta think about it. Like, what would you do without crops?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm all for it, but until Southern California finds a way to maybe
find water,
have more water, then
find your own water,
Yeah.
LA. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
And just so everyone knows how much water we would need to recover from this, California would need 11 trillion gallons of water.
That's a lot of water.
To recover from the drought. It's a lot of water. 11 trillion gallons.
That's a lot of water.
So the new budget plan to reduce the amount of water that we use, Governor Brown is now making financial plans to make sort of landscaping out of materials that are drought resistant. And is also saying that schools need to cut back on water use. Golf courses should not be excessively watering their lawns. And this is stuff that you see, driving across California. You see these perfectly manicured lawns, and then you see dead grass. I mean, some of these things are watered excessively and shouldn't be,
Yeah.
If the whole state's trying to conserve, then why are these other places, taking advantage of that?
Right.
So that's what's happening in California. It's drying up.
sad.
People want to split the state up. That's fun. So that's happening on the West Coast.
What else do you have for us, Mason?
What else do I have for you? I mentioned in probably a couple previous shows that I would love to see Comedy News make its breakthrough and have Comedy News covered. So today, my story for you is Jon Stewart, the host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central. It is a satirical, political news comedy show. Jon Stewart will be leaving The Daily Show. And it was just announced a couple days ago that Trevor Noah, a comedian from South Africa, who had made only 3 appearances on The Daily Show, he has been slated as the new host of The Daily Show. And Comedy Central has said that he will take over for Jon Stewart when he leaves. Hours after it was announced that Trevor Noah was going to take over, there was a huge controversy on Twitter and Facebook, multiple people reaching out saying that Trevor Noah should not be the new host, that he's offensive, and that he's just not right for the show because he's not a good representative of who should be hosting that kind of show. And all of this controversy has stemmed because of what he tweeted. A lot of you see comedians tweet, jokes on Twitter. Twitter has become kind of, a platform for comedians to test out their material, to share their material, maybe get picked up by a show. And so, after Trevor Noah was announced to be the new host, people just went insane, saying that he's too offensive. And it was solely based off of some tweets that he wrote. One person specifically said that he made some mean jokes about, fat people, and he made jokes about white people and makes fun of America. And they're basing all this information off just a bunch of tweets that he posted on the internet for fun. So I guess my question to you guys is, should someone's Twitter account be used to judge their character or their abilities, especially for a comedy show? He's a comedian taking over for a comedy show.
Maybe it comes naturally.
Like how so?
Like,
is it just now that social media, because all these anonymous people are outraged and want to throw him out, should all these anonymous people who are probably have no knowledge of comedy whatsoever, who are just people on the internet that are trying to wage a war, should their outrage be legitimized? Should Trevor Noah, should his whole character and act be based on what these people are saying? I guess is the point I'm trying to make.
I mean, he's a comedian, so how can you tell if he's being serious or not is the first question.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, he is a comedian, so he's probably trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Third of all, I do see the point being that it's Twitter, you put something out there, it kind of reflects your personal opinions, obviously since it's your own tweet, so people are going to hold it against you. But, like, give the guy a chance. Like, I personally did not see the tweet, so I don't know what exactly was said. But if it was seriously offensive, then I don't think that it would be a great idea to give him like a full host position, but maybe like some sort of like supporting position. But like if it wasn't like extremely offensive, I don't see why he can't work for or be the new host.
Right. And there has been a lot of people actually supporting Trevor Noah from the comedy world. Patton Oswalt was one of them. He's another comedian. He went on Twitter, posted a very long series of tweets about the hypocrisy of the people that are criticizing Trevor Noah. Comedy Central also released a statement to defend Trevor Noah. And the quote is, "Trevor Noah pushes boundaries. He is provocative and spares no one, himself included. To judge him or his comedy based on a handful of jokes is unfair. Trevor is a talented comedian with a bright future at Comedy Central." I think it's a great statement. Trevor Noah is the kind of comedian, if you're familiar with his work, he makes fun of everyone. He doesn't single one specific group of people out, When he's up there on stage, he is targeting everyone, which is, something that not every comedian does. Some comedians base their jokes on just one specific stereotype. Which is why I think he's perfect for The Daily Show. I mean, that show makes fun of so many different topics. And that's probably why Trevor Noah was chosen. So I just think it's ridiculous that anonymous people basically rule the internet now and can smash someone's reputation through just meaningless social media comments. I think it's ridiculous. But
yeah, it does seem quite ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
I mean, I do think that, hearing what you had to say, a lot of people use Twitter, and, everyone's different. Everyone takes, some people take things seriously, some people take things lightly.
Yep.
So, but I definitely think it's wrong for someone's reputation to, be damaged because of it. Mm-hmm. But after all, you are putting it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And to everyone, who are different.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but definitely someone's reputation shouldn't be harmed.
Yeah, and ultimately it's comedy. Comedians are edgy. Comedians usually don't have a filter. They say what they want, and they know the repercussions of the things they say. But I think he will definitely still be the host of The Daily Show, the new host of The Daily Show. And I don't think they're gonna let people ruin him based on his Twitter feed, his joke feed. Okay, moving on. It's April Fool's Day. April 1st. April Fools, you guys. I fooled you all by being here. here's what we're gonna do. This is a segment special for April Fool's Day.
Ooh.
I have compiled a list of news stories from the last couple days in honor of April Fool's Day. I'm gonna read the headlines of these news stories, and you guys are going to tell me whether you think they are April Fool's stories or if they're real news stories.
Got it. I can do
Okay.
that.
So excited.
Okay, now, Josephine, don't look at my screen.
Okay.
'cause
Don't cheat, Josephine.
I'm like
the
sitting right next
answers-
to her. I
The
can't help
answers
it.
are right here. Okay, all right. First story. IKEA has just come out with a new product. It is called the Cat Sofa, and it is the first cat-proof sofa.
So
It is the first cat-proof sofa, and cats will not be able to. Their fur will not be able to stick to it. It is basically for the hypoallergenic people, anyone allergic to cats. It will not affect them.
it
I say
sounds
truth.
True.
April Fools, guys.
Darn it!
That is
Come on.
It is
not
possible
real.
though.
I
Like
thought that was real. Like, that could be a real thing.
what we have
It could be a real
nowadays,
thing.
that can go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is fake.
on.
IKEA, I'm sure in the
Sorry,
future.
sorry to all you cat lovers, but it's
Yes.
false.
Sorry to all you people allergic to cats. But no. Maybe sometime in the future IKEA will come up with such technology.
IKEA,
But
yeah.
for now that is not real at all. Okay, next story. Burger King will be selling a Whopper flavored perfume. The Whopper being their most famous burger at the establishment.
False.
false.
That is actually true.
So bad at
Would
this.
you believe me? Through April 1st, Burger King has actually produced, or a Burger King lover has produced a Whopper scented perfume.
That's so weird.
Limited
I don't
edition.
think it's gonna sell.
Yeah, apparently only one person has bought it so far. So
Why would you buy that?
one person wants to smell like a Whopper. But that is actually true.
There you have it, guys.
There you
Whopper
have it, guys.
perfume.
Whopper perfume
So weird.
in select internet realms now. All right, next story. McDonald's has just announced that they will begin to sell breakfast all day and not just till 11
I've heard
a.m.
that.
That
I've-
was true.
that's
that
true.
was true.
I've heard
that
of
would
it.
better be true.
That is true.
Yes!
That is true.
We got one right.
Of course, it's just for select stores right now, but they would like to see if their breakfast products do in fact sell all day. So they are going to be trying that at select stores.
I like their hash
soon.
browns, so I'd buy them. And their biscuits. The biscuits are good too.
I've actually never had breakfast at McDonald's.
You need to have their
Get
hash
the-
browns and their best
No, get
biscuits.
the big meal plate. I don't know what it's
Oh,
called. The big breakfast.
with the hot
I've
cakes.
always gotten that,
With
like,
the
when I
hot
was growing
cakes
up.
And some extra hash browns because I'm a fatty.
I think that's like the only good thing. Or McGriddle, right?
I don't really like the sandwiches. I'd rather have it like separately. I don't know why.
That sounds delicious.
It's actually not bad. Surprisingly.
Okay.
You should try it.
All right. I will, you know what, if they're doing that all day, maybe I'll go check it out. All right, next story. A Florida Holiday Inn, in honor of spring break, blasted the theme to The Lion King to wake up all of their guests.
True.
I'm going to go with you on that one.
It is true.
Yes, we got two.
And it is actually, this wake-up call is what brings people to this specific hotel
There we
every
go.
spring break in Florida. The Holiday Inn Resort in Panama City, everyone loves it. Each late morning, when it becomes a time to wake everyone up, they blast The Circle of Life, famously the theme from The Lion King, full volume outside.
That
And
one's funny.
then
That's
on
very
cue, guests emerge from their drunken slumbers to their balconies to sing together in unison.
Okay, no, that's weird.
Sorry, I would pay to see that. I definitely would.
There
go
are videos of it on YouTube. You can look it
there. I'm
up.
doing that.
Look up Spring Break Wake Up Call, and you will see everyone singing this Lion King song from their balconies.
That's great.
Crazy stuff. So that is
Now,
true.
Do you have one last story for us?
I do have one last story for
Okay.
you. Okay.
This is sad. This is fun.
All right, April Fools or not, a woman recently was accused of stabbing her boyfriend on the couch because he was eating all their salsa.
Honestly, I'm
False.
gonna go with truth on that one.
It is actually true.
Aha!
Oh man.
An Ohio woman, Ohio.
Ohio.
An Ohio woman is accused of stabbing her boyfriend because he ate all of their salsa. She is charged with assault, a second-degree felony.
Assault for salsa.
She complained at about 5:30 p.m. to her 61-year-old boyfriend that he was eating all of their salsa. She yelled and jammed a pen into the left side of his pelvis. She then knocked over his TV. The man jumped up and caught the TV before it hit the ground, police reports say.
Save the TV, not the
But that is not all.
Oh.
While the man was catching the TV from hitting the ground, Jefferson grabbed a small kitchen knife and stabbed the man in the left side of his stomach.
All for salsa?
All for salsa. And she admits to detectives that she stabbed the man for
least
his
she admitted
salsa.
it.
At least she was honest.
Yeah.
I wonder how the detectives reacted to that once, like, imagine, like, yourself being a detective and a woman comes up to you. I just, attacked someone
You mean it was for
because
salsa?
he ate all my salsa.
You mean it was for the salsa? That's what I would say. And then you probably laugh and then write it down. They see, you know what? They see so much stuff every day that he's probably not surprised. And it's Ohio. You know,
Ohio.
Ohio's right behind Florida, I think.
I don't even.
Actually, Indiana. Florida,
Oh yeah, no, it's up. It's up. North
Florida, and then Indiana. No, I don't mean
No.
geographically. I mean, like,
Oh.
the worst.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ohio.
That's okay. Ohio. Okay, those were our April Fool's stories. I hope you guys enjoyed them.
Thank you, Macy.
You're welcome.
We're gonna hit you with a few more tunes before our last segment.
It's a good one.
We'll see you in a little bit, guys.
DJ JoJo,
In the house.
Jazzy Joe.